Hello and welcome to Eurogas Let's Talk. I'm Bruno Hagen and I'm joined today by Zoltan Elek, the CEO and founder of Landwärme. Zoltan, thank you for coming back on to Eurogas Let's Talk. And of course, back into the topic again of biomethane, which is currently very high on the EU energy agenda. Would you like to share some thoughts broadly on the growing interest in biomethane?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. So just to give the introduction for those not familiar with biomethane. So biomethane is a renewable methane produced mainly on base of biogas, so fermented biomasses like manure, dedicated biomass like maize, but also waste streams. And then it's upgraded to biomethane to have the purity which is needed then to enter the gas grid and to have a plug-and-play solution where we can use the existing gas grid with the gas quality provided.
Mm-hmm. Even into net negative, for example?
Yes.
Along with,
I think one of the interesting aspects as we are talking much more about carbon capture and storage is that biomethane offers the opportunity in the way it's produced, because when biogas is converted to biomethane, CO2 separation is already happening. And this CO2 stream, which is integral part of the biomethane production, can be used for the storage. So we can generate negative emissions, which is very interesting because we're providing energy security, we're providing renewable methane, and at the same time there is a CO2 stream which can be used and stored, which is CO2 which comes from the atmosphere.
Plenty of positive aspects of this, at the same time a significant mountain to climb.
Yes, the big target set by the Commission was 35 BCM, so 35 billion cubic meter of biomethane by 2030, which is around 10 times more than we have nowadays. But this is just the biomethane side. If we look at the biogas side, so all the smaller biogas plants which are around in Europe producing currently electricity mainly, not biomethane, then we have fermentation capacities around 12 to 15 BCM already. So from that part, it's just a double way to go. But I think it's something which can be achieved within the next 7 or 8 years. Yes.
Achieved with the right policy framework.
Yes.
What's for Landwärme, what's top of the list as far as that's concerned?
Well, first of all, the 35 BCM, until now, it's just communication. So this is a set target which was communicated, but it's still not a binding target. So what we have to see is that RED 3, the REpowerEU, has to turn into a law. And then we need binding targets on the national level. Member states have to come up with ideas how to promote biomethane, either on the investment side, either on feed-in tariffs, quotas, and so on. So this target has to be converted in something which is then working in each of these member states.
One thing as well we're active on at Eurogas is that flexibility in the feedstocks, so that, for example, as long as it's not detracting from food and from feed streams, that we can use really every waste product.
Yes.
Indeed. And maybe we should think about the broader sort of political landscape, a new commission coming, very little chance that energy security or decarbonisation goes down the agenda.
I think energy security, because biogas can be produced decentral in every member state with different capacities, but in countries with a high share of agriculture, especially in Eastern Europe, but also Southern Europe, they have big potential. So they could even turn into exporting countries of biomethane, while Western European countries would be more on the importing side. So this is one big step, because we are not relying on very few natural gas sources, but would have a decentral production, which helps the security of supply. And we have a high flexibility regarding the input materials. So if we have an overproduction, we have more capacity in the agricultural area, we can use additionally dedicated biomass to produce more biomethane. If we are focusing more on the waste streams, then we have to see that every available waste stream, every available amount of manure and so on is fermented and used to produce energy.
Zoltan, thank you very much for this discussion. Thanks for joining Eurogas Let's Talk once again. Thanks also to our viewers for tuning in, and we hope that you'll watch again as well.